Hey guys, what's up? I'm the Cyber Viking, and do you guys remember that old Tom Clancy logo? Yeah, what happened to that? Why doesn't Ubisoft use that anymore? Anyway, I'm going to talk about a game from 2008, End War, a real time tactical strategy game set in the not so distant future. End War is about World War III and the factions fighting in it, but the story is basically some guys blow some shit up and everyone blames each other, which then causes World War III. So when you enter a game, you get to pick three factions: America, Europe, and Russia. And each of them has their own unique units, abilities, and weapons of mass destruction, which are really just the same, but we'll get into those later. The factions also give you battalions that you can choose from, and they give you some perks based on the battalion. For example, armored battalions favor tanks and artillery and usually give a bonus to damage or health for your tanks, depending on what battalion you choose. No, the WMDs of Endwar really are just big explosions that take out loads of units and can even cause friendly fire, so be careful. Each faction has their own unique WMD. America fires rockets the size of a bus from space, building up enough kinetic force that you've probably caused several earthquakes. Europe has a space laser that I'm sure the Germans invented because not even the weather is safe from German engineering. And finally, the Russians do what Russians do: launch nukes, because why get fancy when you have stockpiles of weapons that cause death on both sides? When it comes to WMDs, there are all really just the same with just different styles. So, with that out of the way, let's get into a battle. But before I get into details, let me explain the voice command system. End War has this amazing voice command system. In fact, it's so good it puts Siri to shame. All you have to do is hold down the right trigger on your controller and give a phrase, basically saying who, what, and where. For example, if you want to kill some dipshit Euros and you have a tank sitting around, just say something like this: Unit 7, attack hostile 3. And then they go to kill the poor soul. However, sometimes the voice command can be weird, but this game came out in 2008, and those mics in those days were just what? Okay, now we can get into the battles. The most likely thing you're going to be doing is conquest. Your objective is to take the uplink sites and eliminate as many enemy units as possible. You can win by taking over half the uplinks and waiting for a timer to run out. Or you can take over all the uplinks and gaining immediate victory. Or, just blow up everything. You have to be careful though, as the enemy will of course retaliate in response, but if you start kicking ass, the enemy team can crash an uplink site and WMDs will be authorized to level the battlefield. So I advise you to keep your units spread out and use them to counter other units when necessary. There are other modes such as Assault and Raid. Assault literally being a fight to the death, and Raid makes you go around and blow up buildings before the timer runs out. These modes are fun, but not nearly as fun as Conquest. This brings me to my next big part: the counter triangle. The triangle is what units can kill, like they're Swiss cheese, or if they're gonna get their asses stomped on. Tanks are really good for taking out transports, but can barely defend themselves from choppers. Transports, on the other hand, are really good for taking out choppers, but are crap when fighting tanks. See where this is going? The only unit that can take out every vehicle type are engineers. Your infantry carrying rockets and heavy explosives, but they're slow and artillery loves aiming their shells at them and everything around them. Same goes for the riflemen, but their job is to kill engineers. So the best thing to do with infantry is to put them in a building or behind cover. Engineers in a building are almost unstoppable unless your enemy decides to shell them out with artillery or riflemen are called in to take them out. Finally, after your battles, you get to access a barracks where you can upgrade your units into even more badass killing machines. I personally love the American infantry because you can deck out the rifleman with a sniper as a Baird 50 cal, and their engineers can also be equipped with a SAW or squad automatic weapon. Now, it's not an M249, but instead it's a goddamn minigun, perfect for mowing down other infantry. In conclusion, if you're a fan of strategy games, I recommend checking this game out. It's plenty of fun, especially with those voice commands, and I just love playing as America spreading the sweetness of freedom and liberty. Also, I really hope Ubisoft brings this game back. They probably won't with Siege's success and the fact that nobody knows what End War is, but because more and more strategy games are coming to console, they should give it another shot. I mean, come on, really. I really miss nuking Paris and Moscow. That's it for now. Stay tuned next time, and I'll see you on the battlefield. America is cool and hey, fuck. Fuck.